Hello guys. If you ask any chemist what his favorite element is, he'll probably say carbon. But do you know the reason why carbon is considered such a fancy element in the chemistry world? There are specific reasons to it. The first thing is carbon has a valency of 4. What does it mean is that on the outermost shell of the carbon there are 4 electrons. Now, to complete its valency to get into a stable octave form, it has either to gain 4 electrons or lose 4 electrons. So this makes a lot of probability for carbon to bond with other carbon atoms, that is we say cationation, and it has also the ability to form double and triple forms. Double and triple bonds with each other. So this is one of the very unique properties of the carbon that allows it to form several other substances. So now as you can see in the screen sideways, the carbon is present in this very sparkly this ring, and it's also present on the lead, like in your pencil. But do you wonder, like those are entirely different substances, right? One costs like millions and lakhs of rupees, and the other is just of 2 rupees. But if you in the pencil that is shown behind, if you just explore it in the chemistry terms, it contains of pure carbon. The same is the case with what we say is diamond. So now if both the substances contains pure carbon, then how is it possible that diamond we say is the hardest ever substance on earth, and graphite is quite it is used as a grease also, like it's a slippery substance? So how does it possible, like what is the reason behind it? So for that I have this Srjna teaching aids that demonstrate what exactly is the structure of graphite and diamond. So in your NCRTs, shown in the sideways, you must have seen all these structural formations of all these graphite and diamond, right? You can see in the two-dimensional world, and also in smart classrooms you can see the 3D version of it. But have you ever touched it? Have you ever felt it? How exactly the bondings are work? So we'll go step by step. So let's first discuss about diamond. So this is the structure of diamond, as you can see. So now to get a real sensation of how exactly it works, we'll play with it and perform. So this is the structure of diamond. So just imagine these particular thing that I have marked. Suppose this particular thing, this is a carbon atom. Now this carbon atom has 4 electrons, and this carbon atom also has 4 electrons. Now to get into a stable form, they'll share 4 electrons. So what happens is each of the carbon atom is bonded with the adjacent carbon atoms with the help of a single bond. So this is what we say is single carbon bond. And also this happens in a tetrahedral structure. Like you can imagine the form of structure like this. It is a tetrahedral structure. So you can observe here, these are the three atoms of carbon here and 1 here. So the valency of this particular carbon is satisfied. So now if you keep on repeating this like hundreds of times, so it forms a very rigid structure. This is the reason why diamond is considered as the very rigid substance. So the other thing you can observe is why the tetrahedral thing is that, like you must have seen in the villages houses, the houses are made like this. If you have observed, the rooftop of the houses are made like this in a triangular fashion. So this is the reason it provides structural stability to the system. Now each of this atoms in this diamond, it's like this only. So it makes a very structural rigid form. So this first increases the density of the substance. So diamond is very dense, and it is the hardest ever known substance on earth. So now this also contains carbon, right? So let's compare it with graphite. Actually, this diamond and graphite are what we say the allotropes of carbon. And allotropes means they are having pure carbon, same element, carbon, but the way carbon atoms are arranged is entirely different. Like in this I just told you. Now let's compare it with this graphite. So let's open it up and see what this graphite is. So when I change it slightly, you can see the layered structure. This is first layer, this is second, and this is third. Now you can observe one thing very strange. In this particular layer, there are some bondings so that these layers are connected, but not all the bondings. See, I can move my pen over here. So it has empty space. But the same doesn't happen in the case of diamond. Like I cannot move the pen because there are linkages everywhere. So now what happens is, from the top view, you can see there are atoms in between. They are not connected with any other atoms above this layer. So what happens is, this is what we call the impurity in the carbon atom in the structure of graphite. Now what happens is, in also this graphite, the structure is like this. Carbon atom is connected with 3 other carbon atoms, but the valency of the carbon is 4, so one of the bond has to be a double bond to satisfy its structural needs. So in this, one of the carbon atom is having double bond, but when you look carefully, one of the atom is not at all connected to the other. So this makes a free electron, and this free electron, the thickness between layer is so much thin that it jumps from one layer to the another. So what happens is, I'll give you a very simple definition. What actually happens when we suppose you are having this pencil, this lead of the pencil, and you have connected a bulb with this and a battery with this. Now when you connect it with this, the bulb will glow. But why actually it is glowing? Suppose this is the structure. So now suppose electron is at this end, so it will move from one layer to the another, and finally it will reach till here. So basically it acts as a conductor. So this is the major difference between graphite and diamond, as you can see. So like in all the teaching, in all the visual aids, you cannot appreciate how it forms, but here you can actually see what are the structure, and each of this plus sign indicates a carbon atom for your reference, and this plus signifies single bonds. And for a reference, there's another allotrope of the carbon that we say fluorine. So that is what we say C60. So you learn about this in the further videos, and this is like a football structure. So that was it.